Hi, Juan here from Old Landville. Here with this 1966 Corvette, getting it ready for SEMA 2025. Here with the Ivy from Rupes.
How you doing, man?
Very good. And he's gonna go over the steps of how we're gonna get this car ready for showtime.
Yeah, so when I got here, first off, thank you guys so much for having me. We're at Old Anvil Speed Shop. They get to work on all of the really cool stuff, so I'm a little bit jealous. But that being said, they invited me out to sort of showcase some of our tools and to help get this car prepped for SEMA. The owner of this vehicle, Vietnam vet, he was a firefighter for LA County. He's a hell of a guy, so this is a true honor for you guys to invite me, and I guess, for you to be able to work on this car. They did a phenomenal job sanding this car, doing all of the body work and so forth. Really good clear coat. Beautiful color. I can't wait to actually polish it and pull it outside. That being said, my goal is to help them figure out ways to get faster without losing the quality that they're already known for. So we started to show some of our tools as far as sanding, different types of sandpaper. You're the one that did all the body work. You're the one that sanded everything. So be honest, what's your opinion as of right now? So we're in the process of refinement sanding, meaning that you already started with 800 grit, you hand blocked it, right? And now we're going up the grit scale to make it more fine so that it's easier to compound, right?
Correct.
Now, prior to this, once you got to 800 grit, what would be your next step?
Take it to 1,000, right?
So 800 to 1,000 grit, and is that hand blocking as well?
That is a hand blocking with a soft pad.
Okay.
Straying away from the harder pad.
Yeah.
And then I move it up to 1,500. Usually I do the 1,500, the edges by hand.
Okay.
And then I switch it into the bigger areas with the softer pad and the 1,500. So it's more evenly cut because the hand is not flat. But in the edges, I do like to use my hand with the 1,500.
Okay.
And then from there, I will go to maybe a foam paper if we have that available. Okay. Or maybe just straight to the 3,000 Trizac sometimes if that's available, because that's maybe all we have.
Yep.
But if we have the steps in between, I'd like to jump from the 1,500 to the 2,000 machine. Okay. Hopefully.
So we're at 800 to 1,000, 1,000 to 1,500, 1,500 to 2,000, and then maybe even go to 3,000.
Maybe, yes. Okay. Correct.
So what we have done is we went from a 1,500 grit hand sanding mark, right?
Yes, hand sanding.
Straight to 2,000 grit, and now we're gonna compound 2,000 grit.
And we're gonna,
right?
Correct.
And I don't even think you need to go to the 1,000. I think you could go from 800 to maybe 1,200.
Yes, I believe so.
We could probably refine 1,200 out and then go straight to compounding. Specifically with the type of technology and tools that we have, the sandpaper.
Well, I'm very surprised at what the machine was able to do, the 2,000, to be able to take out that 1,500 scratch. I honestly thought we were gonna have to come back over with the 1,500 machine just to get away from that the hand scratch because it's a deep scratch. It's a 1,500. Amazingly, the 2,000 is working beautiful.
Awesome. And here's another.
I'm very surprised.
Here's another part. So when you hand sand, you're putting straight line scratches in, right? And straight line scratches, they're always going to be more difficult to remove compared to a dual action or a
circular scratch.
Right?
Yeah, circular scratch. Correct.
So we're also eliminating a few hand sanding steps, so it's going to take less time. We're going straight to a crosshatch scratch, which is again going to be easier to remove.
Right?
We're pretty much eliminating, I would say, about 2 to 3 steps, and we're going straight to compounding. So, and again, the car is still going to look fantastic. It's still very flat.
The shine on it is amazing.
Absolutely.
The material is leaving is, and one step buffing is like. What?
Yeah, and just as he just said, we're leaving more material on the surface. Anyone can go and buff out scratches, but a true professional is going to leave enough material to where this car can be continuously compounded in the future.
Protected, right? 'Cause
Exactly.
that's what protects the car is the clear. And so if you start to eliminate it down to the mils, 2-3 mils, you know, you're giving the owner maybe a couple years of life to the car.
Yep.
And so definitely want to leave as much clear as possible.
Absolutely.
And the machines do that for us because of your hand, like you said, if we're deep scratching it, well, now we have to take that scratch out. If we use the machine, there's no deep scratch.
Absolutely.
It's just the initial scratch of the grit, and that's it.
Absolutely.
We're not having to take out any extra material out because we left a deep scratch.
Absolutely. And let me just sort of give you a little bit of praise here. Your hand sanding is phenomenal. It really is. It's very good. That being said, when we're using 800 grit and let's say you accidentally apply a little bit more pressure in that one area,
Correct.
we just took that 800 grit and we potentially turned it into 700, 600 grit just because of the extra pressure.
Correct.
And now we have to spend extra time to remove that, right?
In that area, right.
So, you know, DA sanding, it's going to be safer. The amount of pressure you're putting down is minimal, and the tool just does the work for you. So
Correct, yeah.
And we have the ability to go down to 1 inch, 2 inch tools, which saves a lot of time.
It's so cool to be able to use these tools. Man, it's such a lifesaver, and honestly, that's where it's at. The tools allow you to be more consistent, more efficient. Everything is just hands down way better than my hand because I'm just blown away out. These machines are so cool.
Yeah.
I'm like a little kid using, you know, having a new present, right? And yeah.
Absolutely.
And so,
no, it makes
very
things
cool.
it makes things faster. At the same time, it's a little bit safer. It makes it more enjoyable because you get the work done a little bit faster. All in all, this car is turning out phenomenal.
And you know what? It's a very difficult car. It's a lot of curvatures. Nothing is really straight. And so we're doing some really cool stuff with these tools. I'm just digging it.
And just to showcase the difference, what we're going to do, we still have an area that has hand sanding mark on it, and we have an area that is refined with a dual action sander. So what we're going to do eventually, we still have a little bit of sanding to get done, but we're going to compound both areas with the same pad, same compound, so you can see on camera the difference in trying to compound out a hand sanding mark versus compounding out a dual action sanding mark.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Awesome. Well, we should probably get back to work.
Yeah, let's get back to work. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, car is pretty much done. We've sanded it, we've compounded it, we've polished it. Certain areas already have some wax on it. But what we want to do now is just pretty much showcase the difference in the removal of a dual action sanding mark versus a hand sanding mark. On this right side, we have a dual action sanding mark. On the left side, we still have a hand sanding mark. We're going to do a very simple 15-20 second application over both of them. And hopefully we're not going to cut it so you know we're not screwing with anything. But yeah, let's go ahead and do a 20-second application, and then we'll do the same thing over the hand sanding mark, and then we'll get our nifty little flashlight and pretty much showcase the difference and why we suggest using a dual action sander. All right, and now we'll do the same thing on top of the hand sanding mark. So he's gonna go ahead and blow his pad out, make sure it's completely clean. And now we're gonna apply more polish, same pad, same polish. and we're going to showcase the difference. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look. Dead center of our panel right here, we have completely sand mark free paint. Now obviously we're going to have a little bit of sanding mark around the outside because we didn't focus in on that side, but dead center, we can see the reflection of the LED light very clearly, right? Now let's go over to the hand sanded section, and sort of hard to see, and I wonder if you can pick this up on camera, but we have straight line scratches across this area in the dead center of the panel where we had perfect paint where the DA sanding mark was. This area, probably sort of hard to tell on camera, will need to be re-hit one more time, which means that was about a 20-second application. Simply going to a DA sanding mark in this scenario, you're saving 20 seconds of your time, which in 20 seconds, we could get a whole other section done in that period of time, right?
20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. This is the benefit. I wish you were here in person to witness it with your own eyes. It really is hard to pick it up on camera, but this type of sanding is fairly new to you, right?
Yeah, especially, I mean, I finished before with DA, and that's what once we got that DA action, right, I strayed away from it, from hand sanding, finishing in hand sanding.
Yeah.
I mean, the difference in time is ridiculous.
Absolutely.
It adds almost a whole nother day, right?
Absolutely. And then the big thing that we've been dealing with is, you know, the hand sanding was done very well. That being said, we're human. You know, we might apply a little bit too much pressure in the beginning or too much pressure at the end, and you're now taking a low grit and you're making it go deeper into the paint, making deeper scratches. So it's very important that we refine those areas properly. Rupes manufactures tools in many different diameters that allow you to sand really in every place, right?
Yes, that's the awesome part, is that these tools allow you to get into those areas that otherwise you would have had to use your hand.
Absolutely.
And as soon as you use your hand, your hand is so strong, and you're putting scratches in it.
You're causing yourself more work, more time. Get the proper tooling, get the proper abrasive, and you will make your life
in 20 seconds
so much easier.
Done.
Yeah. Let's talk about hand sanding for a second. You know, you are a true professional at hand sanding, and whenever it took you many years to learn, right?
Yeah.
The one thing that you have to do when you are hand sanding is you have to cross hatch your sanding mark. Meaning, if you go up and down, you need to go side to side and then go back the other way, side to side. So now you're spending in one small area triple the amount of time. If you use a DA sander, DA meaning dual action, so you have the rotation of the backing plate and then the backing plate also orbits. Those two actions combined creates a crosshatch scratch for you, right? So within a few seconds, you have that crosshatch scratch versus taking multiple steps to get it to that perfect hand sanding mark that you're able to do. So again, this is more about efficiency. We're still able to get the same result with less time, which means you have more time to nitpick different areas of the car, apply wax, clean the wheels, do whatever you want with that remaining period of time. Me personally, I like to go home and sleep.
Yes, exactly. I like to walk my dog.
Absolutely. But yeah, I think this is a good demonstration. Again, it might be hard to see on camera, but that's why, like, I want you to be honest. Can you still see hand scratches here?
Oh yeah, and I'm probably gonna have to 2 more applications maybe just to get that real deep scratch I'm seeing in there. Where over there is done.
It's done.
And where is that most important? On the edges, because that's where the scratch loves to dig in, and that's where you potentially can burn.
Yeah.
It's on the edge. And so the DA action is key on those edges.
Absolutely. And so back to that, thank you for bringing that up. When you compound an edge, you are going to generate a lot of frictional heat in that area. And the one thing that's true about edges versus the center of a panel, edges will generally have less material. So if you heat up an area with less paint, less clear coat, it's going to heat up even faster. It becomes malleable, and now our chances of burning through the clear coat increases. With sanding, we don't generate heat. It's actually in a way safer to sand near an edge compared to just compounding the edge continuously to get that scratch out. So you're adding an extra step, but on the back end, you're gonna save yourself a lot of time. We experienced some pretty deep hand sanding marks, and we're sitting there like, man, maybe we should actually whip out the sandpaper because it's gonna make our life a little bit easier.
Yes, exactly, especially with these tools, right? If I had to
Absolutely.
pull my hand out, the edge of the sandpaper might leave a deep scratch. Some contaminant might fall in between me and the sandpaper, it's gonna leave a deep scratch.
Yep.
With these tools, that's not happening.
Absolutely.
So the amount of time you're saving is a lot.
Absolutely. We have 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 5 inch, 6 inch. We have rotaries. We really,
Dual action,
we
dual
pretty much
rotary, yeah.
cover every single aspect. So if you want to make your life a little bit easier, get the proper tools, get the proper sandpaper, and now you're saving yourself a tremendous amount of time, which means you're going to make more money.
Exactly. And you're gonna have this smile.
Absolutely.
Yes. No struggles, right?
Yep.
It's awesome.
So, all right, guys, we're gonna finish up removing all this sanding mark. We're probably gonna refine that with a DA sander, dual action sander. We're gonna polish it all out, apply a layer of wax across the whole vehicle, and I mean, this thing is showcase ready in my opinion.
Yes, sir.
It is absolutely stunning. And just to let everyone know, this color is not really going to impact you emotionally until you see it outside. This is truly some absolutely beautiful paint. There's a little bit of a gold flake in it. If you're going to SEMA, you need to go look at this car. It's truly phenomenal.
Come catch it. Yeah.
All right, guys. The DA sanded side, it's completely done. I compounded out the sanding mark, I polished it, I applied wax, I took a phone call, I got some water to drink, I chilled with my buddy here, and he's still compounding. He's still trying to get those hand scratches out. So this is the time saving that we're talking about. You either do less sanding and do it all by hand and cause more work for yourself on the back end, or you can sand properly, remove all those hand sanding marks, and be done with it. So this is a prime example.
I'm still here. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about this car and our experience with Rupes that we had. It was a really good experience, a lot of insight from Ilya.
These tools are great. It makes the work way easier. I really like how you don't have to go back to the step of sanding with these tools. You just change the pad, change the compound, adjust your body, how you add apply more pressure, how you go a little slower, a little faster, and you don't have to resand. Right. Unless it's like really a deep scratch. That's when you really go back and you really have to sand, but it'll be like a quick pass, nothing too, like if you were sanding with your hand, leaving those deep scratches.
Yeah, exactly,
you know what I mean?
Right. Definitely does a lot of good work for us, not having to go back over the scratches, right? We're doing 2 passes, and we're noticing that that's it. It's taking care of those deep scratches, which is awesome. You're not having to go back over and reapply, get the sandpaper out, and oh, here's a scratch, especially in the middle of buffing, right? You're buffing, you want to be done, and no more going back to sanding. And that's the biggest part is once you're buffing and you have to go back to sanding, that's the worst. A lot of insight that I thought was really nice from him was that I noticed that I was using the material a little too dry. The pad was a little too dry, and so was inconsistent with what I wanted in the cut that I was trying to find, causing the pad to use up a little faster than it should. And so once I adjusted myself and the material and just a little more wet, you could say, I was getting the really good finish that I was looking for. And so that was some of the stuff that I learned from him. Again, the tools are just amazing. You can get into these really hard areas in here that otherwise I would have to get in here with my hand, maybe not even a machine. I'll have to rub it out by hand. And so the tools that he has, it's just eliminates having to do that, right? It's just, you're there, 2 passes, and let's go.
All different sizes, 6,
Yeah.
3,
The
2, 1,
the
and
one
the 1
inch was
inch.
just amazing. That's what's really nice too with the tools, is that he has a lot of options that he's giving us, right? The 1 inch, the 2 inch, the 3 inch. You don't have to buy the whole assortment of everything, but the options are there. And so that's what's really nice. I would say yes, spend your money on it, because you're saving so much time and having to not hand sand that area. Especially hand sanding is going to leave a deep scratch. And so the cross action that you're getting from the DA or the tools, all the tools, is that you're just cutting time in more than half. And so the time that you're saving in material, money, your time,
Sandpaper.
it's just sandpaper, everything is way more than the tool is probably worth. And so it's just hands down, it's a no-brainer, especially when you're having custom cars like this, and there's a lot of aggressive sanding that needs to be done. Those tools come in they come in handy.
Not saying you can't finish, like get the same finish with other stuff, but just you could get it way quicker.
Yeah,
than you would like to.
Exactly, right.
You could still get the same finish.
We would still be there for another day.
Yeah, but it would be another
We'd be
day,
there for another day
day.
easily. So yeah, you could get the same finish, but the amount of time that we're saving is significant. Yeah, and if you really want to dig in deep on this kind of information and material about buffing, they do offer a training course that I heard him say, if I'm not mistaken, in their facility in Denver. And so you want to look them up on Rupes on their internet site, and I'm pretty sure they'll have that information there. But yeah, we're going to probably post some more videos on that, especially more on the car, and as we get it ready for SEMA. As you can see, we have many more things to do to it. And so stay tuned for more.
See you guys at SEMA.